style. Just on my way to work, on the way to the salt mines to make some cash. I'm kidding. Obviously, I love my job. But it is Monday morning, and that's never a fun thing. Had a good Easter weekend. Got a lot of stuff. The kids had a lot of fun. Got Chris up and started on his with his action camera and recording podcasts, and with my old MacBook Pro, trying to get them rolling on that so that they can edit videos on there and put them up. But there might be a slight delay in that. Not much I can say about that. Again, if you want to subscribe to their YouTube channel, it's Legit Reviews 870. So check it out. LEGIT Reviews 870. What's bugging me? Man, I think a lot of the violence is bugging me. And don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I love horror movies. And we watched the first John Wick film the other night. And I really liked it. But those are just that, guys. They're movies. And that, I've always been able to separate movies and reality. But I'm afraid with the advancement of imbecilic nature and lack of learning in our country, that some people are not able to separate those things. Cases in point. There was this last weekend at Worlds of Fun, which I don't care for at all anymore. On Saturday night, there was a huge fist fight. I mean, they had to call in police from 4 or 5 different area police forces to stop this shit, because these teenagers are fist fighting and this giant ruckus and all this shit. And it's like, God damn, man. I mean, get your heads out of your asses. There's zero parenting going on. And I feel bad because I know they don't have the best lives in their homes, probably. And I know that maybe the parental guidance that they have is minimal at best. But at the same time, what are we teaching these guys to where they think it's okay to do this type of stuff? I don't understand. We are... Again, violence is everywhere, and it's a bummer that we freak out if we see a boobie, but it's totally cool to watch somebody's brains get blown out or their head cut off and all this shit. It's amazing to me. The week before that, when we had the camping trip, I guess on that Friday night at our local skating rink. You think skating rinks, right? I mean, those are little kids, man. That's like middle school or lower, right? Grade level wise. I mean, my kids love to go there. People wonder why we're so protective of our kids, and we want to be there with them when things are happening and stuff. But there was a shooting in the parking lot at the skating rink. It's not enough to get in a fist fight and get your ass kicked anymore. Now, if you get your ass beat, you go get a pistol and you come back and shoot the person. It's like, what the fuck is going on? I mean, I'm not going to give you the old man in my day, but I am going to give you the old man in my day. In my day, if you got your ass beat, you hung your head and, kind of moved on past it. I mean, you may be a situation in the future where you're with that person again and you want to fight and you guys try it again, you're probably going to get your ass beat again. Sometimes people are just better than you and smarter than you and stronger than you, and that's just the fucking way it is. So you recognize your place and you move forward. It's not the end of the world if you get your ass kicked, but it is the end of part of your world if you fucking shoot somebody for it. You fucking pussy. I don't get it, man. I don't understand. I love shooting trap. I mean, I've gone and shot trap before, and that's fun stuff, man. I love shooting the shotgun and stuff like that. Clay pigeons, blast. I think I might even like small game hunting, So I get it, and I do like shooting guns to a certain extent, I don't want to have sex with my gun, which is what it seems like a lot of these gun fanatics are all about. I'm not going to get all bonered up to look at a pistol or a rifle. I don't understand that idea that it's totally cool for everybody, even if they're a former criminal or if they're on the no-fly list. I don't understand why we want those people to have guns. I don't understand why we need to have guns that fire mass amounts, with a small alteration. I don't get it. I don't know why we need 50 and 100 round magazines. Maybe we do now. I don't know. But what I do know is this. If you get in a fist fight and you get your ass kicked, them's the breaks, motherfucker. Try not to get in any more fights. You're probably going to get your ass kicked again. And if you do get your ass kicked, you don't go back and shoot the person. I think it was a 311 song back in the day, but I got to totally agree with this to a certain extent, but guns are for pussies, And it's sad to use pussy as a negative thing, man, because I know all the ways that word is associated. I don't like any except for a cat, I guess. But I do kind of like it when you're calling someone out. And, if you get your ass kicked in the parking lot of a skating rink, number one, shame on you for fighting in the parking lot of a fucking skating rink, you turd. And number two, if you get your ass beat, you turn around and you walk on, man. Try and maintain some sort of dignity. What you don't do, like some little chicken shit, is go get a gun and come back and shoot people. That is ignorance. I don't care if you're male or female or whatever, it doesn't matter. You're a piece of shit. And it sucks because if you go to both of these stories, one thing you realize real quick is that it's horrible parenting. Unfortunately, probably some single parenting, and that's a tough thing to keep track of. I mean, we've got a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old ourselves, and we're pretty hands-on and we're careful, but, it's tough to do that with two people. So I can only imagine what it's like if you're a single parent. I know that my wife did as good as she could with her daughter when she was a single parent before I met her. And then after I met her and we got together, we did as good as we could after we got married and trying to raise her. But sometimes things just don't work out. But that is the exception and not the rule. Good parenting and instilling good beliefs and ideas and morals and ethics in your child is not an option, man. It is mandatory. And if people don't start doing it, there's gonna be preschoolers shooting each other in the parking lot because they got their ass beat. So I don't know, man. That was a big bummer to hear. Anyway, so that's what's bothering me. What's bothering me is that you don't get your ass kicked and go home and with your tail between your legs anymore. Nowadays, apparently, you get your ass kicked and you pull out a gun and shoot somebody because they kicked your ass. Wow. Man, I mean, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. So here we are now, I'm really not excited about taking my kids to go roller skating anymore because some fuckhead might have a pistol. Anyway, all right. What am I into? I'll tell you. I mean, I know Avengers Endgame is coming up, and it looks cool. But I gotta say this, man. I'm a little bit worn out on superhero movies. And this is coming from a Star Wars nut. I think they kind of overdid that a little bit for a while too. I'd like to see more of the side story movies like Rogue One and Solo. I thought those were both quality movies. Solo had a lot of bad press because, they fired the original directors of it and then brought Ron Howard in. And man, he rescued a sinking ship, in my opinion. I mean, to me, that movie is right up there with Rogue One. Maybe not as great as Rogue One, but it's there. And I thought it was really good. There's few aspects of it I don't care for, but it's a pretty good movie. And obviously the third film in this trilogy with Rey and Finn and Poe looks pretty great as well. So I'm really hoping for good things with that. But superhero movies, man, we are inundated with superhero movies, superhero TV shows, superhero everything, man. You can't fart the wrong way without a superhero something coming at you. And I like comic books and I like all that stuff. I tend to like a lot. I mean, there are some superheroes that I like, but I tend to like a lot more comics that are very odd or horrific, maybe some science fiction type comics, strange stories type of stuff. But I do read some on the regular. I like Daredevil a lot. I do like some Punisher stuff. I used to read Green Arrow quite a bit. I don't really care for the Arrow stuff on the CW. But outside of that, I mean, there's not a lot of superhero type stuff that I'm really into. I have liked the Marvel superhero movies a lot. I don't really care for any of the DC superhero movies. Maybe the solo Wonder Woman movie. That's about it. That last trilogy, that Batman trilogy with Christian Bale was pretty phenomenal. And the first two of the old Batman with Michael Keaton were pretty great. But outside of that, man, I gotta tell you, there's not a lot of polish to the turd of DC films. But the Marvel films have been good, man. I mean, I remember going to see Iron Man, and I was absolutely floored. I think that was only a decade ago. But I was floored by that movie, and I still love that movie. Second one I liked a lot too. Third one, not so much. And there's been plenty of those Marvel movies where I didn't necessarily care for them. I do like the Thor films. I really love Incredible Hulk. I wish they'd make a newer Incredible Hulk film. I wish they'd make a different, new version of the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. But, I think a big key to that, and something where Fox went wrong too, is all the darkness in the X-Men films. Don't get me wrong, man. It's a bummer story, and it's sad and all that stuff. And same with Fantastic Four, but goddamn, man, they're superheroes, man. Same thing with the latest Man of Steel in the latest version of Superman. Jeez, man, Superman he's the bee's knees, man. I mean, he's fun and silly and goofy. I just don't understand all the darkness and sadness. I love Watchmen. I liked the movie version. I love the book. I like the dark superhero stuff, with the stories. And another real good one, if you haven't read it, is Black Hammer. I think it's pretty solid as well. If you haven't read that series, I highly recommend it. But there's a place for that. And Superman is not that place. Batman, I get being dark. X-Men, I don't know. I mean, really, the Deadpool films and some of the Marvel films are the best ones. Outside of that, I really don't know. And I don't know if I'm up for 3 hours of wham wham boo hoo Avengers. I mean, we all know that everybody's coming back, right? That when Thanos snapped his fingers, not half the people died, right? I mean, they're going to come back. You get that, right? I mean, so what do I have to sit around for 3 hours and watch a bunch of shit leading up to that happening for? I don't know. It's just not that exciting to me. I'm not that interested in it. I know it's going to break all kinds of records, and I'm the exception on that one, but I don't know. I'm just not that jazzed about it. I'm kind of worn out on superhero movies. I'd like to see some superhero humans. I'd like to see 2 people running for president, or 3 or 4, but from different parties, people. 20 people running from the same party is insane, especially a year and a half before the election. What happened to the old days? There we go again. But what I'm into right now, there's a few comics I'm interested in and reading. Some of the new Star Wars comics are really interesting. There's some other interesting stuff out there that I'm into. Gideon Falls, if you haven't read that, is a real interesting book. It is kind of that scary horror type of comic, Oh, I will say this. Another thing I'm into, I watched The Stuff with my son. I don't know if you've ever seen that Larry Cohen film from, I think, 85 or so.
Can't get enough of the stuff.
It's about a weird food product called The Stuff that everybody's into, and they're selling tons of, but there's more to it than just a decent food product. But check that movie out if you haven't. It's a pretty bad movie. I'm not going to lie to you. The plot is practically nil on it. And you could see that it's actually, old Larry Cohen tries to do too much in that film. You know, instead of trying to do the whole origin and end game of the stuff, maybe cover a part of it, you know, a small section. That might be, you might be able to capture that on film properly. But anyway, this is the same guy who did It's Alive, which is crazy. And then also Q, the Winged Serpent. I don't know if you've ever seen that. He's done a bunch of movies, but I like him, and I like his movies. They're schlock. They're kind of B-grade films, but they're kind of fun. And The Stuff is no exception. So check it out if you get a chance. Chris, my son, he loved it. He has his ringtone. I have my ringtone for him, if he calls me, is part of the theme song from The Stuff. You just have to see it to know what I'm talking about. What else am I into? Oh, another show I've been watching on Hulu with A.D. Bryant from Saturday Night Live. It's called Shrill. Shrill. Sorry. Shrill. Man, what an incredible show. I think she has produced this. It's based on some sort of book or something. I know that because I've seen that in the credits. But amazing. If you haven't seen that show, I highly recommend it. It's beautiful. It's simple. There's a lot of simplicity to it. It's not a huge budget or anything, but it's just a gorgeous idea and very well executed. She's great. A lot of interesting people in it, and her parents are, I won't tell you who they are because you need to go watch it. But it's really good, and it's about a young woman who is trying to come up in her career and just some of the adversity she faces for being overweight. And check it out if you get a chance. My wife and I adore it. That's about it, man. I can't really think of much else. I've been watching a lot of, if you don't have the Pluto channel, it's free. You can put it on any of your devices, or if you have smart TVs or Roku or set-top boxes, anything like that, you can put it on there. But it's called Pluto TV, and I love it. It's got, basically, it's kind of an aggregator for all the free streaming stuff online. And that includes, they have a 24/7 Mystery Science Theater 3000 channel on there. They have a bunch of 24/7 movie channels on there. Yeah, there's commercials and stuff, but you have to remember, absolutely free. So I was flipping around yesterday late afternoon after all the Easter egg hunt stuff, and they had a sitcom network, and they were playing all of the IT Crowd. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. It's a British show from a little over a decade ago by Graham Linehan. He also did Father Ted. Really, really great showrunner. But anyway, this show is fantastic. If you haven't seen the IT Crowd, I highly recommend it. There is a free episode on YouTube. They tried to port it over to the United States. It didn't work out very well, so I wouldn't recommend that. And if you've seen that, don't think that's the show. Go watch the original British show. It's fantastic. But I kind of passed out and fell asleep, but that was on. I watched a few of those episodes yesterday. And man, I love that show. I forgot how much I love it. Check it out if you get a chance. That's about it, guys. Not much else going on. Just, normal life. I am working on getting the studio together. It will happen. It's just, life gets in the way sometimes, right? That's about it. Don't have much else to say. I'll have some new episodes coming every week, just like this at least. And hopefully some extra stuff as well, if I can get it in there. That's all I can say. Oh, one more thing. Get off my lawn.